Ahoy hoy, it's your boy attackslug, and welcome back to Rental Reasons, where I go down a list of reasons that I am potentially renting a game, and it's usually because I'm renting it to make Grim play it for our Friday show Perplexing Pixels, and that I was never going to buy in the first place. So, this time we are looking at Shadow Warrior, the 2013 remake, now 2014 on the PS4, Xbox One, of a game made back in '97. And it came out on the PC last year from the folks at Flying Wild Hog, who you may know from Hard Reset on the PC, which is a fantastic game. Primarily a studio made of guys who do first-person shooters. And this is a first-person, mostly sword game, but it has some gunplay as well. The gunplay perhaps not as satisfying as the swordplay, but is what it is. Published by Revolver Digital, who have been doing all kinds of fantastic indie stuff in the past year or two. The guys who did Hotline Miami. This is where I currently am in the game, Chapter 8 of 17 chapters, so I probably won't finish this before I have to send it back, because it is the fall, and the fall means that there are way too many games to actually get through, so I try to play what I can. Angry Ninjas, and so I have been enjoying this. It's kind of, you know, the gameplay loop is pretty simplistic, but if you're looking for an old school first-person shooter type game, this is certainly what you would want to go after, as opposed to just a lot of the games that purport themselves as FPS games these days. Now, I will say, on the technical side, they did say, oh, it'll be 1080p 60. This game does not hold 60 in the least. I have encountered a bunch of frame rate drops, screen tearing. This is the PS4 version, to be perfectly clear on that. So, obviously, if you have a halfway decent PC, then to have that frame rate, it did not hold up there. If you have a halfway decent PC, then you should definitely get this on the PC to try, you know, to get a nice solid frame rate, and it'll probably look a little bit better than this. But this still, for what it is, looks pretty good. I don't have any complaints about it really on the visual side, outside of the fact that it has some minor issues when things get a bit crazy, and that's unfortunate. So I have a myriad of guns and weapons and that kind of stuff, but primarily this game is about using the sword and fucking guys out with a sword, which is, you know, pretty awesome. Like, no complaints on the sword play. It is hyper violent. Someone's still alive. So these guys are still shooting shit at me. I wanna hit that. Oh, don't want to get hit by that. So, the explosion stuff will totally, like, hurt you. And when you start out, it definitely becomes a bit of a, like, I gotta avoid things like cars, because cars will totally fucking just explode. And that's great, but I have a heart. Who is still? Oh, the fucking bird things. Hate the fucking bird things. I do not like you, Mr. Birdman. Party Birdman. Yeah, so a pretty nice variety of enemies. The sense of humor is definitely very lowbrow, but even having said that, it is still pretty funny. They are still pretty good at what they're going for in terms of the humor, so I don't really have any complaints there. I would say each stage is taking me about 30 to 40 minutes. I'm not going to play through a whole stage here on this episode because I don't want to make the video that long. But that's only if you're actually going and actively exploring things like you would in an older FPS, looking for secrets and that kind of stuff. So kind of put it in the same vein. The original Shadow Warrior, you would kind of classify as Doom with a sword. And you kind of get that vibe playing this one. Just in, you know, how the game handles as a first-person shooter and the kind of enemy encounters that it throws at you. And make no mistake, there are plenty of those. Sometimes the explosives will lead to secrets, but I don't know that we're going to necessarily find any here. I am playing on the easiest difficulty, and those who know me know that's because I really don't care. Like, if I'm playing a game purely because I'm showing it off for the show, then I'm going to try to get through as much as I can, and having to die over and over again is the exact opposite of being able to get things done in a timely fashion, and make no mistake, I certainly have a schedule to keep. We have a pretty strict filming schedule, and I don't want to mess with that. So I can't get back here. This actually doesn't go anywhere. So there are some areas that you think would be secrets, but they're not. As kind of like, you know, just to mess with you. And does make actively exploring the environment rewarding. I will say that much. There we go. Secret found. Just a bunch of money. So there are a variety of upgrades and a pretty robust upgrade system that some of which I like and some of it I don't like. But perhaps I'm just not proficient enough with... That's empty. With using what the game is giving to me. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. The fortune cookies I've found are pretty funny. Like, I got one that just said, your mom says hi. Like, that stuff, it is so lowbrow, but it is done in such a way that it's actually really good. So there is certainly a market for that kind of humor. And if you do it well, alright, I was not paying attention, so I'm just gonna pull all these. He said something there, and I can't roll it back, so... Okay, yeah, that's where the Okay, so whatever I did there, I fucked it up. How about just the middle one? There, that should be fine, right? Just move the middle one, and then we got a path across the, No? Is that not it? I can't tell. So there are a handful of actual, like, puzzle deals in this game. I'm going to go down there and find out. Well, I guess it didn't give me any kind of indication that I did or not, but I was perhaps not paying the closest of attention. Here's another secret. Secret, some money. So it pays to look off the beaten path for stuff. So I'm going to just jump down here and see what is over here now that I've... Alright, so where do I need to go? So I need to go... this way? Oh, well... That seems like a path through to me. I don't know. Alright. You have a dash move, which is pretty useful for getting in and out of secret. Where you need to be, where you need to go. There was an excellent secret in the second stage that had you going down into what looked like the original Shadow Warrior game from '97. And as someone who's been playing games a long time, I really appreciated that. There are some of that where it will load in just a little fraction of a second. It'll freeze and then load in the next section of the world. But it's not super distracting. I fucking hate those guys. Fucking hate those. Alright. I hate those guys. Now I gotta deal with all this fucking dash backwards here. Oh god. So if I can lure them kind of over here, then shoot this thing and that will be effective. Maybe. Come on. Come and play. Yes, you. The more damage you can do earlier, the better, because some of these dudes hit pretty hard, as you might expect. And these guys are healing them or something? I don't like the shield guys. I'm just not a fan of that shit. Of course I gotta fucking reload. Oh, frame rate. Frame rate. Oh, frame rate. That's just unfortunate. Really unfortunate with the frame rate. But that is what happens sometimes with console ports that were excellent PC games, is that you're not always going to get what you want. That was pretty cool. So I think these guys are powering the big guy, so if I take them out, then he should be easier to deal with. Maybe shoot him in the back. Either way, eventually his arms will come off. This game is pretty gory and violent. If you haven't already noticed that, it is kind of ridiculous. I am enjoying it. You know, but I only have so much budget every fall, and this is certainly not falling under that budget, which is unfortunate, but what are you going to do? But it is certainly interesting enough to make Grim play it. Hopefully this week. We should be filming tomorrow to get this up for Friday. And then... oh, okay. But as you can see here, I'm kind of giving you a way of how, at least how I play it. Perhaps maybe not how it's supposed to be played, but what the really? Asshole. Don't like you. Okay, so oh good, 2 of them. That's gonna I'm just gonna dump the rest of my ammo here, and my camera is picking up some voice commands that I'm not actually doing, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna shoot you until you die. How about that? I'm gonna use all this ammo, and then I'm gonna have none left. I also have a crossbow. I don't really like the crossbow. It's not that effective. I mean, like, the guns in this game are not particularly great, or they're not particularly satisfying, I guess is my issue with the guns. I also have a shotgun. Like that. The reload on the shotgun is pretty long. I haven't actually used the enemy heads yet. That just got introduced as a new mechanic pretty recently, and I also don't know where this game. Alright, so the game is pretty good about, like, okay, you need to go. The glowing door is where you need to go next. So even though you have free reign to wander around the stage, they are pretty good about this is where you should be going. And as someone who does not have the time to continue wandering around first-person stages for, you know, hours to figure out where to go next, that is greatly appreciated. That is a bit of modern game design in what is certainly considered a throwback style of game. And as someone who's been playing games for a long time, I have done nothing against throwback style of games. I think if you can properly update games to the current day with old... oh, hi.
She just disappeared?
Well, that's secret. With old... hi. You were saying? If you can update stuff on new engines using old gameplay styles, then if it's good, then it will still be good. I guess that's kind of the major tenet of certain game design, is that stuff that was... if it worked before, it probably still works. Even if the suits say, like, oh, that's not gonna sell. Like, well, fuck the suits. Do what you want. So this game certainly feels like a lot of, hey, we're just gonna do what we want. We like this style of gameplay, and we're gonna make this kind of game and just, you know, see how it does. So just gonna keep on rolling along here, shooting these guys, stabbing these guys, using my sword to slice them up. There's a pretty decent variety of enemy types. Obviously you're not seeing too much of that in this one stage, but I can assure you there totally is. I want the shotgun. And I missed. Reload on the shotgun is just... I mean, it does good damage, but... man, it takes forever to fucking reload. In the meantime, you gotta avoid all this bullshit. I have these things called karma moves, and they, like, it's like a double tap and then a thing here, I'm gonna do this, and it doesn't fucking work. Do that, and then I can... I don't know. Like, I haven't found them to be that super useful. I'm sure if I actually knew how to use them better, it might matter, but personally, I don't like using them. Alright, this is going bad. I'm gonna try to use this demon head. I don't know what it does. Just shoot the laser? Is that what it does? Okay. Well, we're just gonna keep doing this. So the demon hearts will, you'll squeeze it and it will kill, you know, these guys here. I'll just like squeeze it and they'll just fucking die, which is, you know, useful, but in the heat of battle, perhaps not the best thing to be doing. Although, as you can see here, I'm not doing that. There are health pickups here that you can get from the guys that you kill, and you can set it up so that those appear more often when you're doing your upgrades. I don't like... Flying enemies are kind of a bane of my existence in most video games, so I'm not going to say it's great game design, because it's not. Oh wow, I got 4.5 there. It's pretty good. That's probably the best that I've done since I started playing this game. So I'm going to play for just a couple more minutes, but you kind of get the gist of it. It's, you know, run around, stab stuff, shoot stuff, be a badass. Your name is Lo Wang, you like to bang bang, I guess is the mantra behind this game. So this is kind of like the stuff that reminds me of old FPS, where it's not super apparent where you should be going, and if you look around, you can find stuff like that. So I guess I'll show you. The upgrade system works on 3 trees. You've got your, what is it? You've got your, let's go to this one here. Weapons, where you've got upgrades for each individual weapon, and so that's the revolver. I can get rapid fire. I can get. Alright, we're just going to do that to increase our rate of fire. I'll move on. We got our powers here, which are, you know, blocks melee damage. You know, there's protection. There's shockwave, which I have, which knocks out enemies and that kind of stuff. And I'll just buy one of these, and then there. Wait, what is this one called? Skills. All right. Like, it doesn't tell you when you're on it. And I got a bunch of these, so we're just gonna do Rage here and Rage 2 and Control Pain because fuck it. But yeah, there's Mind Restoration, Katana Mastery, and that kind of stuff. So there's more moves to unlock. There's more skills to get, and I probably won't play it long enough to get those. But you can see how it would certainly be constantly changing up your potential play style, because there are different ways to play the game depending on how you want to play it, and that is certainly acceptable for or interesting for any kind of game. So here, that probably explodes. So here's our current goal. Here is there's this thing here, and if I try to break it, it's not going to break. But you can see there's a thing that just went that way, and it's like, hey, there are 3 seals, and you have to break those 3 seals, and that is not within the scope of this video. So I think that's perhaps a good place to end this video. I think you've seen what Shadow Warrior is. It's the 2013 2013 remake, which is now out in 2014 on the PS4 and the Xbox One. So I guess if you like it, go check it out. If you want a good, you know, 15-ish hour game where you're just slicing up dudes, stabbing dudes, shooting dudes, hacking off limbs, it is certainly an excellent throwback. But for me, I kind of just got it to make Grim play it, and then I'm going to send it back this week and rent the next thing. So this has been attackslug. This has been Rental Reasons, and I will see you next time right here on this channel, and I'm out.